The Tennessee Vols have made a couple of big moves today. This one just in. Vols land cornerback Kayin Lee out of Auburn. He was a three-star prospect in the transfer portal, but I think he's going to have more impact than that. 41 targets this last season, only 21 catches allowed for 251 yards, 0 touchdowns. He talked to the guys over at VolQuest. He said, "I'm home. I'm committed." That fires me up. I don't know about you guys. The thing I'm most excited about with Kayin Lee is he brings in a ton of starting experience. Over 23 games in 3 seasons. Started every game this last year, 10 games the year before that. You better believe he will be an impact player game one for Jim Knowles. I love getting add additions to the cornerback room because, let's face it, they need them. Hey, look, we cover every single portal edition right here on the channel. Make sure you subscribe now. Don't miss out. And let's get into the other move that the Vols made. Tennessee Volunteers locked down a massive player today, and of course, I'm talking about running back Deshaun Bishop. On3 reported earlier that new Tennessee All-SEC running back Deshaun Bishop has signed a new deal to return to Tennessee next season. Pete Nakos was the one reporting it, and I get it. Like, it's still very, very weird to us to see that tweet, and it's college football, and these guys are signing new deals, and it all seems foreign, and it all seems weird, and it seems like the NFL and free agency, and we don't like it. But I like the move. I'm really, really happy that Tennessee has locked down Deshaun Bishop and that he will be returning to the 2026 season. And you should be too. Deshaun Bishop, to me, was one of the most pleasant surprises coming out of the 2026 season. He was a guy that I was excited about going into it, but when you had a 3-person running back competition going into the year and one of those guys goes for over 1,000 yards, a guy who was a walk-on and also scores 16 rushing touchdowns, that's a shock. And it shouldn't be because we all saw or heard at least of what he was able to do when he was at Carnes. Just an absolute freak, putting up Derrick Henry-type numbers when he played high school football in Knoxville, Tennessee. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, he earned every single penny. When we were into the season, I said the 2 guys that are about to get paid the most, I guarantee you it's going to be Deshaun Bishop and it's going to be Braylon Staley because they earned that raise. We all know that Deshaun Bishop did not come into this year being very highly paid by Tennessee, and he proved he's got the chops to be the wide receiver one, be the running back one on this team. And additionally, he's all Vol. You know he is as true of a VFL as they come. He had a scholarship to go play running back for Coastal Carolina. And then once Chaney left Coastal Carolina, he said, I'm going to go be a walk-on. Go play for Tennessee, the school in my home city. Now, it doesn't mean he's the perfect player. He's still got things he needs to improve. In my opinion, the biggest thing he needs to be working on this offseason is his hands. If he is not on the jugs machine every single day over the next 7 months, then I'm going to have a big problem with that because I think we all know if you watch any amount of Tennessee football this year, all the running backs struggle with catching the football out of the backfield. And once he gets that down, man, that's just going to be another added element to his game. He's the undoubted number 1 running back in 2025. He was, and he'll be the number 1 running back undoubtedly in 2026. Now all you got to do is figure out who you're pairing with him in this backfield. More on that in a second. You love Deshaun Bishop? Are you glad he's a VFL Tennessee Volunteer? If you do, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Like today's video. Show number 18 some love for locking down a new deal. With running back news, in terms of the transfer portal, we know that running back is one of those positions Tennessee will be targeting. They had Cam Cook scheduled for a visit. Unfortunately, he canceled that visit. Jacksonville State running back. He rushed for over 1,600 yards. And we talked about him last night. And I said, it'll be interesting to see how recruiting him goes. It's going to be interesting to recruit any running back because like we just talked, you got an undoubted number 1 running back in the room. All of these guys who are going to be coming to Tennessee, going to be coming to campus, they know they won't be getting the lion's share of carries. That's going to be Deshaun Bishop. And so the guys, even if it was for a G5 team, who rushed for 1,600 yards can probably go be the running back 1 somewhere else in the Power 4. Now, we all remember Zylan Perry had a visit earlier this week, running back for Louisiana Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns. He didn't have quite the impact on the 2025 season as a guy like Cam Cook did at Jacksonville State, but still enough to get excited about. You see the rush average of 5 yards a carry. That's great. 8 touchdowns, just a touch under 700 yards total. Like, at the end of the day, we can't get too picky about the running back position. Multiple reasons. Number one, all these guys know they're not going to be the top dog. And number two, you got other holes to fill on the defense. A little bit more important holes to fill, in my opinion. Like, at the end of the day, if it's Zylan Perry, Dwayne Morris, and then obviously Deshaun Bishop, he's your one. Perry and Morris are your 2-3. I'd be fine with that rolling into the 2026 season. I think that'd be more than okay. Maybe not as prolific as a backfield as you've had in the past, but I'm also expecting a big jump again for Deshaun Bishop. We all know when it comes to the running back position, all eyes are still set in on the 2027 class in David Gabriel Georges. We know that for that recruiting class that still won't get locked down for another 11 months, he is priority number 1, 2, and 3. Austin Price went on 104.5 The Zone about a couple of weeks ago, and he said, as good a position as you can be, and at this point for recruitment that is several months out from having a decision. Tennessee and Ohio State. I know he lowered it to 8, but it's really those top 2 teams. We'll see if somebody else can get involved. It does not feel that way as of right now. It feels like those 2 teams are destined to battle it out until a decision is made sometime in the spring or summer. Now, the last time you battled a Big Ten school for a 5-star running back, you lost that battle to Michigan, Savion Hyder. I don't intend to lose this one. I'm sure Josh Heupel does not either, because he's their number 1 priority. He's not Ohio State's. He's an in-state guy. A ton of his high school teammates, like Gabriel Asinda, came into Tennessee from Baylor. Just feels like there's more of a connection for him with the Volunteers. But we'll see what the bag is in Columbus. Apparently, Auburn has entered the fold as of late. Alex Golish and company over there on the Plains are very, very high on David Gabriel Georges, as they should be. But they've emerged. Like, typically, it was just thought to be Ohio State, Tennessee, Georgia, really between Ohio State and Tennessee. I'm not saying Auburn is seriously in contention, like up there with the Buckeyes and the Vols, but they're a team at least to be worth noting at this point. He's got 4 visits on the calendar as of right now. Those 4 teams we just talked about, Auburn being one of them. He starts off with Ohio State May 29th, Tennessee June 5th, Auburn June 12th, Georgia June 19th. I don't love the spot that Tennessee is in right here. Like, I feel like you either want to be the first visit or you want to be the last visit. I don't love being the second visit, especially when it's right behind Ohio State. But who knows? Maybe you can convince them to just lock it down right there, not even go on June 12th and June 19th to Auburn and Georgia. But from David Gabriel Georges himself, he said he'll make his decision sometime in the middle of the summer. Of course, we're going to have it all covered right here on the channel. Where do you think DGG ends up? Let me know down below. Reminder, we're pumping out content at a higher rate than ever right now. Recruiting, we're going to have that covered wall to wall. If you have not subscribed and you're still watching, means you like the show. Make sure to hit that sub button as well. If you go down to the comment section, you will find this link to this shirt, chatsports.com/10blackshirt. That's 10 with 2 N's, as in Tennessee. $35. That's all it will cost you, okay? It's a great deal. It's a great-looking shirt. It feels great. It looks great. And I know I got a lot of new Tennessee stuff in my closet after Christmas. I had a lot of gear and just kind of needed to shuffle some out. If you need to shuffle some out, you need to shuffle some in. This is a great time to do it. Again, that link's in the comments and description of today's video. $35. That's all it is. All right, let's talk about today's visits. Obviously, the biggest name is Sam Leavitt. I don't know if he's in Knoxville yet or gets in Knoxville later tonight, but I do know that Wednesday, January 7th, he will be in Knoxville, Tennessee. When it comes to his recruitment with Tennessee, a big thing, funny enough, that we need to be keeping our eye on is DeMond Williams. Because LSU and Sam Leavitt were in discussions. In fact, Sam Leavitt, engaged, you can put the photo up, was courtside with Lane Kiffin last night at an LSU Tigers basketball game. As I disappear on the screen. There I'm back. Well, DeMond Williams entered the transfer portal last night. LSU immediately was interested. Funny, that story broke when Sam Leavitt was right next to Lane Kiffin regardless. Then Washington comes back and says, no, you just signed a contract. We're not going to just let you go somewhere else. So Damon Williams does not transfer away from Washington. Expect LSU and Lane Kiffin to be back in the Sam Levitt sweepstakes. Now, does that mean Sam Levitt wants them after this story breaking when they were together? I don't know. We'll figure that out sometime. Well, there's a new update from Pete Thamel on Damon Williams. He says the buyout in the contract reads the cost of the buyout is in the sole discretion of Washington. The contract specifically states that the institution is not obligated to enter the student athlete in the transfer portal or otherwise assist or facilitate the student athlete's transfer to another college or university. Basically, what that says, and I've got a sister that is about to go to law school, so you could trust me 100%. It's genetic, trust me. Washington does not have to let him go in the transfer portal if they don't want to. That's something to look out for because, like we said, likely to think LSU might be back in on Leavitt if Damon Williams doesn't transfer. But now will Leavitt be back in with LSU after what happened? That's yet to be seen. Other visits from today, Lyric Rawls, safety out of Kansas. Absolutely love this kid. Really, really excited about his possibilities with Tennessee, as is Kayin Lee, cornerback with Auburn. He's played a ton of football in his career. Dylan Sikorsky, offensive guard out there in Oregon State. He was in Knoxville, Tennessee today. Kane Thompson, Slippery Rock, cornerback there. Can he make the transition up to the SEC? I trust their talent evaluation on that one. And then Francis Brewu, defensive tackle out of Pittsburgh. Tennessee, one of the top 2 schools interested in him. So that is definitely a name to keep watch for. Quay Russaw, Tennessee is still in talks with them. I think a visit is supposed to happen sometime in the next couple of days. On Sunday is what is being reported as of right now. Edge rusher out of Alabama. Would love to see him in orange and white. Look, I know there's a lot of time left, but this team needs a lot. And time is kind of running out. Not because the transfer portal doesn't have a couple more days left. It does. 16th is when it closes. But like at some point, the top prospects are going places. You don't have much to choose from. Now, you still got a lot, but this team needs a lot of impact players, especially on defense. So I'd like for things to get a move on a little bit. I'm not saying I'm concerned yet, but I would like to see a little bit more action. What's your concern level right now? Scale up for me 1 to 100 down below in the comment section. Let me know your answer. And make sure you guys got me followed on socials. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I'm on all 3 platforms. Those are linked down below in the comments. And for last time, make sure you subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Vols Talk. 2 videos a day during transfer portal season. So that means we'll see you again tomorrow morning.